front room has mastectomy and fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra.
Women's flat track roller derby is played on a variety of floors and surfaces, including concrete, sport court, and wood. The track layout is 108 feet by 75 feet and is flat and oval. It also includes both outside lane and infield area for officials. You'll notice there are two primary lines across one side of the straightaway on the track. The back line is called the jammer line, and jammers must start each jam behind that line on the track. The other line is called the pivot line, and blockers start the jam anywhere on the track between the jammer line and the pivot line. Once the jam starts, the skaters are allowed to skate forward, pass these lines, and start making contact. But they must stay on the track at all times, if they can help it. Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right? Roller derby is a hard-hitting contact sport played on quad roller skates. The object of the game is simple: score a point for every opponent you pass. But getting there is not so simple. At the beginning of the jam, each team fields a jammer. The jammer is the skater with the star on her helmet, and she is the only one allowed to score points for her team. After the whistle, each jammer must make what's called their initial pass through the pack before they can start scoring points. On each subsequent pass, they can score 1 point for each opposing blocker they pass upright and inbounds on the track. If a jammer completely laps an opposing jammer, she can also earn a point for passing her. Each point is scored by the jammer's hips getting past her opponents, not her skates, requiring speed, agility, and even a little creativity.
Okay. Yeah, that's what John.
Hinchman, Motor City Kitty, Axel Rose, Sofa Kingdom, Dad Bod, and Venom. Should be them both. I just did the officials. All right, teams, are you ready? We're going to line up and do some introductions real fast.
All right, welcome back to Court 1 for another Lansing Roller Derby bout. Tonight, Lansing Roller Derby is taking on Louisville Roller Derby, coming to us all the way from Louisville, Kentucky. It is going to be LRD versus LRD tonight. And in my cohort right here, our in-house announcer Alex is just about to do some team introductions. I'll be joining him here. And as always, we'll be introducing the visiting team first. Number 13, Sweet Revenge. Number 15, E2. Number 17, Ellie Slay. Number 18, Smack Harlow. Number 21, Dave and Buster. Number 294, Wheelin' Banshee. Number 312, Team Captain Dingo K8, my baby. Number 343, Casey DC. Number 388, Simus Aaron. Number 40, Carrie A. Glock. Number 53, Harlan O'Hara. Number 589, Slinger Kyle. Number 62, Nancy. Number 72, Danger Pickle. And rounding out the roster, number 818, Lace Ventura. And Louisville Roller Derby will be coached tonight by number 2222 Much. And now, wearing green tonight, skating for Lansing Roller Derby, we got number 0, Barbie Flay. Number 56, Deacon Bruce. Number 12, Emotional Jamage. Number 18, Herta Reno. Number 22, Team Captain Yarmageddon. Number 5, Can of Whoop-Ass. Number 10, Lucille Brawl. Number 89, Social Smacktivist. Number 21, Mick Jammer. Number 503, Cosmic Slams. Number 86, Widowmaker. Number 88, Ready, Set, Riot. Number 3232, Annie DeSpanko. And number 69, Rogue One. Tonight, Lansing Roller Derby will be coached by Abby and Strega. And at this time, Lansing Roller Derby skater Ready, Set, Riot will, as always, sing the national anthem. And our zebra crew tonight is going to be Thembo, Axel Rose, Dad Bod, Sofa Kingdom, you know, I know, you know, Kitty, and Henchman. And that, of course, is the 5 seconds whistle. And coming up to the jam line for our first jam in our first bout of tonight's doubleheader, we've got Emotional Jammage, number 12, jamming for Lansing. And Unlucky 13, Sweet Revenge, jamming for Louisville. Sweet Revenge tries the outside, getting hit by Deacon Bruce there. Emotional Jamming. Sweet Revenge finds the hole. Sweet Revenge is going to be your lead jammer. And Emotional Jammage coming up on that initial pass. Meanwhile, Sweet Revenge already working through the pack on that initial pass. She's got to get past Can of Whoop-Ass and the formidable Armageddon, and get through she does. First points of the game are scored by Louisville Roller Derby. Sweet Revenge hits it and quits it, calls it off.
Looks like Louisville Roller Derby putting up a quick three points. Didn't see a no pass there. Scorekeeper's got it on Lansing Roller Derby, but we all know that was Louisville that hit off.
But Emotional Jammage also stole a few points there. So right now we have a tied game, 3-3. Coming up to the jam line for this jam, we have, let's see, number 18, Herderino for Lansing. And Louisville has put number 72, Danger Pickle, on the jam line. Anna DeSpanco doing a killer job holding down that line. Lucille Brawl going to come in to assist with that four-wall. Social Smacktivist also coming up. Louisville's pivot coming to break up that wall. Herderino takes advantage, coming around the outside. Herderino is going to be your lead jammer. And the first penalty of the game is called. Now Rogue One going to come in and have a sit for a forearm. Danger Pickle thought about going for the star pass, thinks better of it. Herderino hits it and quits it. 4 points going on the board for Lansing. That's going to bring Lansing up to 7, breaking that tie. Louisville trailing at 3. It's shaping up to be a very close game here at Court 1 tonight. And we've got number 0, Barbie Flay, on the jam line there for Lansing. And going to be joined there by number 343, KCDC of Louisville. And both jammers tentatively making it up to the pack. Barbie Flay coming up against a tight 3-wall in the front. Yarmageddon not taking it any easier there on KCDC. KCDC fighting her way to the front. KCDC is going to be lead jammer. Barbie Flay has to recycle to the back of that pack. And Barbie Flay, wait a second. Barbie Flay not going to be your lead jammer there. KCDC, meanwhile, coming up on that first scoring pass, taking a hit from Can of Whoop-Ass, calls it off. And it appears that KCDC put 2 points on the board there for Louisville. Barbie Flay, meanwhile, picking up 4. We got a little jammer high five there on the jam line. We've got number 12, Emotional Jammage, returning to the jam line for Lansing. Going to be joined by number 6-2, Nancy of Louisville. We've got a 3-on-4 pack. Louisville currently has a blocker in the penalty box. Emotional Jammage coming up against that 3-wall. Refs calling no pack. And Lucille Brawl doing a nice job holding down that 4-wall. Nancy trying to make her way through. And Emotional Jammage deftly cutting around E2. Going to be your lead jammer, but our jammers are neck and neck. Nancy has gotten lead jammer. Emotional Jammage forcing the call off there. Double goose egg on that jam. We have number 18 for Louisville, Smack Harlow, coming to the jam line.
I could be mistaken.
Number 18, Herderino, wearing the star for Lansing. Yar doing a masterful job holding together that four wall. Smack Harlow definitely has her work cut out for her. Oh, and Smack Harlow picking up a penalty there. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Herderino, only jammer on the track. And the pack is at a standstill. Dave and Buster doing their best to keep Herderino back. Number 312, Dingo, doing some nice bridging there. And Louisville has to let Herderino go. That's going to be 4 points going on the board for Lansing in this power jam. Nice hit to the outside, courtesy of Dave and Buster. Herderino lining up to the back of the pack. Yar picking up a penalty there. And we've got both jammers in. Smack Harlow returns to the track, but that was her initial pass. No points yet for Louisville, and there will be no points for Louisville. Herderino calls it off. And let's see if Herderino picked up any more points in that jam. I'm looking for Kitty's fingers to go up. And I am not seeing any. So that's going to bring Lansing up to 18, Louisville up to 5. And those of you watching at home, don't forget, this is the first bout of tonight's doubleheader. You are watching Lansing A versus Louisville A. And our second bout tonight is going to be another Louisville versus Lansing bout, Lansing B versus Louisville B. We got number 13, Sweet Revenge, out for a little revenge. She just whips through that pack. Sweet Revenge will be lead jammer. Barbie Flay called out on the track cut. This is going to be a power jam for Louisville. And Sweet Revenge hits it and quits it, scores 4 and calls it off. Very smart strategy there by Sweet Revenge. Louisville going to be in the power start for this next jam. And Louisville's now up to 9, Lansing at 18. If Louisville can make the most of this power jam, we could see a score change in this jam. And Yar has the Louisville jammer in her sights. This is number 72, Danger Pickle. Danger. Dave and Buster trying to break up the pack for their jammer. Danger Pickle, meanwhile, coming up against Can of Whoop Ass and Deacon Brews in the pack. Mick Jammer also going to come in to assist. Big hit there from Mick Jammer. Yar quickly goes to the back of the pack to recycle. Ooh, Mick Jammer going to the penalty box for that hit. Mick, it was worth it. It was worth it. Barbie Flay, meanwhile, out of the penalty box, back into action. She's going to tangle with number 40, Carrie A. Glock of Louisville at the back of the pack. But Yar has her eye on Danger Pickle. We have some fantastic blocking going on in this jam. Barbie Flay coming out, going to be lead jammer. Danger Pickle, meanwhile, still caught up in that pack. Number 4, and Carrie A. Glock doing some nice recycling there on Barbie Flay yet again. Pack is at a standstill on turn 3. Barbie Flay coming around for 4. And it looks like Carrie A. Glock going to the penalty box for that hit, for that block. Why are all the good blocks always picking up penalties in this game? That's what I want to know. We've got our first star pass of the evening. Dave and Buster of Louisville taking the star just as the jam is called off. And we have our first official review of tonight's game. go. Yeah? Oh, he must be reffing the second one. Oh, I never know.
He always has a new pair of Converse every day.
I've I've literally never noticed that because I hardly even recognize him out of Stripes. Well, he was reffing back when I was still skating. You know, when he's not wearing stripes, I'm like, who's that? But that means the official review is over. We're going to get back to what all of you tuned in for, which is, of course, live derby action. And if those of us at the announcers table find out what the nature of that official review was, we will pass it on to you. All right, we're back into action now. Number 12, Emotional Jamage, is wearing the star for Lansing there. We've got KCDC, number 343 of Louisville jamming, and KCDC is going to be Lee Jammer. Number 15, E2 Brutes, kind of hanging out in the back. They're like, what? Oh, nice little baby apex jump there from KCDC. KCDC hits it and quits it, calls it off. 4 points going on the board for Louisville and Goosegg for Lansing. That's going to bring Louisville up to 12. Lansing Roller Derby still hanging on to a lead there at 26. But we are pretty close. LRD and LRD here looking to be pretty evenly matched. And Axel Rose has just called an official timeout. Oh, and head ref, you know, has called an official review. So we are just 10 minutes into tonight's bout and already 2 official reviews. All right, looks like we're getting back into action. Once again, I don't know the outcome of that official review, but what I do know is that we have a 4-on-4 pack out there. Nice hit there on Herderino, courtesy of Harlan O'Hara, but that can't slow down Herderino. She is going to be your lead jammer, and it appears that KCDC picked up a penalty in that last jam, so this is a power jam for Lansing, and the Louisville wall is breaking up a little bit. Ooh, Herderino takes a tumble on the straightaway, and Kitty's fingers go up in the air. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 points on the board for Herderino. Both jammers in. That was KCDC's first pass. Herderino going for a second scoring pass. And get through that pack she does for 4 more points. Nice 8-point jam there, courtesy of Herderino. That's going to bring Lansing Roller Derby up to 34, Louisville at 12. Still, this is a quick math here for the English major. 22-point jam, that is nothing in roller derby, of course. And we are just, well, my co-announcer just told me I'm way better at math than him, and that is a scary thought. We are just 12 minutes into the first half. We got Barbie Flay, number 0, on the jam line for Lansing. And number 62, Nancy, representing the star for Louisville. And Nancy coming out is going to be your lead jammer, just kind of bouncing off Widowmaker there of Lansing. Number 388, Slamma Saran, doing some nice sandbagging there on Barbie Flay. And Barbie is not going to be your lead jammer. That was her initial pass. Nancy working her way through that scoring pass. Barbie sneaking up from behind. What the heck was that with the apex jump? And Barbie stealing a point there. Nancy picking up 3 for Louisville. And we have referees Kitty and I know, doing a quick confab there in the middle. Pack is lining up. We have a little pivot. Louisville's pivot, number 15, E2 Brute, is currently chilling her wheels in the penalty box. So that's what that little pivot cover flip was all about. 2-on-4 pack. We've got 2 blockers, and number 12, Emotional Jammage, ready to take advantage. She will be your lead jammer. Emotional Jammage is, of course, also on Team Michigan, doing double duty this season, taking a little hit there off Louisville, coming around for 4, and this is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Number 18, Smack Harlow, picking up a penalty there, still in the penalty box, and nice shoulder action by David Busters, but Emotional Jammage comes through. This 8-point jam so far for emotional damage. And Louisville walling up ahead of time. This time, number 15, E2, Bout ready to doing a nice shoulder slam right there into emotional damage. Ellie Slay waiting on the inside to block. And that is exactly what Smack Harlow needed. Smack is out of that penalty box. And emotional damage scores 4 more and calls it off. And now Louisville has called for a team timeout. And the timeout is just finished, and Lansing's bench coach has just called an official review. I've been around in Derby for a while. I don't think I remember 3 official reviews being called before the first period is even halfway over. The clock is at 15:24 right now, meaning, yes, this first half is not even half over. Already on our 3rd official review. We're just going to have to see how our officials rule on that. And the long whistle means we're lining up for another jam. The jam timer has just called 5 seconds. Returning to the jam line for Louisville, we have number 13, Sweet Revenge. Going to be joined by 18, Herderino of Lansing. 5-on-5 pack. So, Herderino takes a big hit to the outside. Nice recycling there from Louisville. Herderino going for the star pass. Sweet Revenge picking up lead. Sweet Revenge hitting that pack fast. Herderino coming out. That was Herderino's initial pass. And we could see some jammer on jammer action here. Sweet Revenge right on Herderino's heels. And just as Herderino hits the pack for her initial pass, Sweet Revenge calls it. That jam's going to bring Louisville up to 19. Lansing roller derby at 48. We have number 72, Danger Pickle, wearing the star for Louisville roller derby in this jam. Number 0, Barbie Flay, returning to the jam line for Lansing. And Pickle hanging on to Slamus there. Number 8, Lace Ventura takes a hit from the invisible blocker there. And Barbie Flay is going to be lead jammer. Star pass. Achievement unlocked by Louisville. Number 15, E2 Brute is taking the star for Louisville. Barbie Flay on that initial pass calls it off. It looks like Barbie put 4 points on the board of that jam, bringing Louisville up to 52. Louisville held scoreless, still at 19. And those of you watching this bout from the Mayfair Bar, I hope you stick around for our after party tonight. Mayfair Bar, of course, always host of our after parties. And Louisville has just called another official review. Back into action. Jam timer is just called 5 seconds. We have Emotional Jammage, number 12, back on the jam line for Lansing. And she's going to be joined by KCDC, number 343. And KCDC is going to be lead jammer. And KCDC moving at the speed of light there. We got a star pass from Lansing. KCDC coming around for 4 points. Star going to number 89 of Lansing. That is social smacktivist. And that's going to be the jam. Louisville putting 4 points on the board in that jam. Lansing held scoreless. 23 Louisville, 52 Lansing, with just over 12 minutes left to go in this first half. Number 312, team captain Dingo, doing a little dance out there on the floor. Yar holding down that Lansing blocker line. And we have Nancy returning to the jam line for White and Herderito for Green. And Herderito is going to be lead jammer. Nancy still fighting her way through that pack. She's got to get past Yar. Ooh, nice recycling there from Yar. And pack is spread out on the straightaway here. Nancy coming in for that I believe, initial pass. Herderino coming for the scoring pass. Nice blocking there from 818 Lace Ventura of Louisville. Lace Ventura digging in with the shoulder there. Nice hit from Slamus Aaron. And Herderino breaks free for 4 points. Ooh, looks like Nancy's headed to the penalty box. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Herderino going for a second scoring pass. And Herderino facing that 4-wall alone. Nice bridging there from, I believe that is Lace Ventura of Louisville. Herderino breaks through for 8 points. Louisville did not make that easy. And looks like the Louisville pivot, number 15, E2, is coming to the penalty box for that block. Herderino getting through the inside with no trouble. 12-point jam so far for Herderino. Nancy, number 62 of Louisville, meanwhile, is out of that penalty box and looking to even things up. Herderino coming around for another 4 points, calls it off. 16-point jam, highest scoring jam of the night so far for Herderino, taking full advantage of that power jam there. Lansing taking a big lead here at 68, Louisville at 23, and we have just under 10 minutes left to go in this first half. We got Lucille Brawl, number 10 of Lansing, holding down that wall of blockers there. Louisville at a slight disadvantage this jam, their pivot and 1 blocker in that penalty box. Smack Harlow is on the jam line for Louisville. Barbie Flay wearing the star. Nice hit there from Dave and Buster, but Barbie keeps going, and that was a no pass, no penalty on Barbie. That means lead is still open, but Smack Harlow has been sent to the penalty box, so we got a power jam for Lansing. Barbie just picked up 4 points there for Lansing. Nice recycling there from Louisville. Barbie headed to the back of that pack, coming through hot for another 4 points. Nice hit there from Eddie Spanko on Smack Harlow, fresh out of that penalty box. Social Smacktivist going to come in, and Rogue One going to come in for an assist. Another 4 points going on the board for Barbie Flay. 12-point jam so far for Lansing. That was Smack Harlow's initial pass. No points yet on this jam so far for Louisville Roller Derby. Barbie Flay matching Herderino in that pass jam for point, now up to 16. And Barbie does not look like she's slowing down anytime soon. Smack Harlow picking up 4 there for Louisville. Barbie picking up 4 more and calling it off. 20-point jam for Barbie Flay. Stupendous. Lansing now at 88, just 12 points below that century mark. Louisville trailing at 27. And number 7, Ellie Slay, taking a hit from that invisible blocker, coming in to do a waltz with Ringmaster, going by Dad Bod for this bout. And we got Sweet Revenge back on the jam line for Louisville. Emotional Jammage jamming for Lansing. Emotional Jammage coming up against number 40, Carry a Glock of Louisville. Carry a Glock goes flying, and Emotional Jammage is going to be lead jammer. Deacon Bruce putting a hit there on Sweet Revenge, and Bruce does it again, and the penalties are flying fast and furious. Bruce coming to the penalty box for that hit, but it was a pretty sweet hit, I'm not going to lie. Sweet Revenge is not going to be your lead jammer coming through. And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 points on the board for Emotional Jammage. Longtime Derby fans may remember Emotional Jammage as the skater formerly known as Fox and Mad. And Sweet Revenge also picking up a couple points in this jam. Taking a cue from bench coach Abby, Emotional Jammage calls it off. And Sweet Revenge did steal 2 points in that jam, bringing Louisville up to 29, Lansing at 92. And Louisville has just called a team timeout. And of course, my partner in crime here, house announcer Alex, is starting the traditional in-house sing-along to Sweet Caroline. Not sure if you can hear it from home or from the comfort of the Mayfair bar, but that's exactly what's going on. And now the official review has the team timeout has just morphed into an official timeout. Oh, that was a mercifully short official timeout. Now we can get back to what you all are tuning in to this live stream to see, and that is live roller derby action. We're back in the mix here. 3-on-4 pack, Mick Jammer and D returning to the pack, and it is number 72. Oh, number 72, Danger Pickle will not be your lead jammer. And it appears lead is still, and Herrera will not be your lead jammer either. We might go full 2 minutes on this one. Mick Jammer skating to the front of that pack. Herrera coming around for 4 points. Danger Pickle answering in kind with 4 points. 5-on-5 now. Everybody's out of that penalty box. Herrera doing her best to break up that wall of white at the back of the pack. Danger Pickle looking to sneak through on the inside, coming up against a wall of green on turn 3. Henchman making the no pass, no penalty signal. Danger Pickle, of course, taking a hit there from somebody on Lansing. It was a nice hit. Wish I could see the number of the person who made it. Oh, Dave and Buster doing their best to lay out Deacon Brews there. Number 89, Social Smacktivist, leading Danger Pickle to the back of that pack. 56, Deacon Brews doing the same thing. And at long last, Herderino out of that pack for 4 hard-fought points. That's going to take Lansing over the century mark at 104 points. Louisville up to 35. And Danger Pickle coming up to that pack, trying to follow. Dingo ate my baby there at the inside. Lucille Brawl going to come in and have a sit in the penalty box. And that's 4 more points. Yep, 4 more points going on the board for Herderino. That's going to bring Herderino up to 12 points in this jam. And Danger Pickle did put 3 more points on the board for Louisville. And Louisville's up to 38 points. Lansing Roller Derby at 108. So we've got an 80-point game, which is 4 minutes left to go in this first half. And we got Barbie Filet back on the jam line for Lansing. KCDC representing for Louisville. And a tiptoeing through the pack on those toe stops. KCDC is going to be lead jammer. And Lace Ventura just missing the hit there on Barbie Filet. KCDC approaching the pack fast. We got a fast-moving pack out there, sports fans. KCDC taking a hit to the outside. Also, big thank you to our medics. We do have trained medics here at every single bout. We always hope we're not going to need them, but we're so glad they're here when we do. And we have both teams lining up for the next jam. And the long whistle means we're about to get back in the action here with just over 3 minutes left to go in this first half of tonight's first bout in this doubleheader. We've got Emotional Jamage wearing the star for Lansing, and number 62, Lansing, coming back to the jam line for Louisville. We got a 5-on-5 pack situation out there, and Nancy coming through for no social smacktivist, and Rogue One have to let her go. Nancy is going to be your lead jammer. Emotional Jamage in hot pursuit. Nancy's like, I can't outrun Emotional Jamage. Calls it off. Double goose egg on that jam. Lining up for the next jam, we have number 18, Smack Harlow, on the jam line for Louisville. Going to be joined by number 18. 18 versus 18. 18 and Herderino of Lansing. Number 22, Yar, holding down that line of blockers there at the front of the pack for Lansing. Smack Harlow running right into that line. Deacon Brews also gonna smash those hips into Smack Harlow. That was cool. Herderino coming up against some resistance there from number 40, Carrie Glock of Louisville. Dave and Buster also doing a dynamite job holding that line of blockers together. Emotional Jamage definitely has her work cut out for her, getting through that blocker line. Oh, and Yar just hit Smack Harlow to the outside. Nice recycling there from Yar. Yar, of course, doing double duty this season as not just a mainstay of Lansing Roller Derby, also a member of Team Michigan. And Herderino finally breaks through. Herderino is going to be lead jammer. Smack Harlow going for the star pass. Fastest star pass this game tonight. Dave and Buster, number 21, taking the star for Louisville. And Herderino, that sounds like Herderino just called it off, picking up 2 points on that jam, bringing Lansing Roller Derby up to 110. Louisville trailing at 42. We just have 45 seconds left in this period. Time for 1, possibly 2 more jams. We're just going to have to wait and see. Number 0, Barbie Flay, returning to the jam line for Lansing. And she will be joined by number 13, Sweet Revenge of Louisville. Barbie Flay taking a nice hit to the outside, courtesy of number 388, Slamis Aran of Louisville. Slamis Aran doing her best to recycle there. And number 13, Sweet Revenge, is going to be lead jammer. Barbie Flay finally breaking through of Slamis Aran there in the pack. Not going to be your lead jammer. Slamis Aran doing double duty on offense there, helping Sweet Revenge through that pack. Sweet Revenge scores 4 and calls it. And that is time. We are just about to go into intermission here. Louisville Roller Derby now at 46.
The Mitten Mavens are a local roller derby organization, a 501c4 in the East Lansing area. Roller derby is super important in our community and for our culture because it gives women the opportunity to be aggressive and to be strong, to be vocal, and to be proud about their bodies no matter what sizes and shapes that they are. Our recruiting process happens all year round. We're an open enrollment organization, which means that people can join at any time throughout the year. However, we do host biannual boot camps, which are the best time for people to join. We run one in the beginning of the winter, so in January, and then we run a second in the summer, usually starting about June. And during those boot camps, we train people who have never skated before. You don't need any experience at all. You can support the Mitten Mavens by coming to our home bouts. That's the best way you can support the Mavens because not only does it grow the awareness of the sport, it grows our fan base, which we love to have as many fans as possible at our home bouts. So you can also get involved with this league by joining as a non-skating official or a referee or a volunteer. You can check us out at www.eastlansingrollerderby.com.
bathroom has mastectomy and fashion bras for every size. Bands from 30 to 56, cups from AA to P. We have sport, maternity, and nursing bras. We custom fit fashion bras with pockets for mastectomy clients. Our certified fitters help you find the perfect bra.
we're lining back up. We are about to start the second half of this first bout in tonight's doubleheader. We have Lansing Roller Derby in green, playing Louisville Roller Derby in white. And currently Louisville is at 46 points, Lansing at 110. And we got Danger Pickle on the jam line there for Louisville, joined by Emotional Jamage, number 12 of Lansing. It is number 72 versus number 12 out there, 5 on 5. And Emotional Jamage is going to be lead jammer. Danger Pickle going for the star pass. Nice hit there by Deacon. Deacon Bruce headed to the penalty box for that hit, and it would appear. Meanwhile, Emotional Jamage sneaked right through that pack, picking up 4 points. Pack is at a standstill on turn 2. Nice hit there from a Louisville blocker in the back of the pack there, and Emotional Jamage calls it off. So Lansing off to a strong start in the second half with a 4-0 jam here. And don't forget to stick around after this bout is over. Our second bout this evening will be another Lansing versus Louisville bout. You are watching Louisville A versus Lansing A, and our second bout will be Lansing B versus Louisville B. We've got Herderino number 18 on the jam line for Lansing, and number 343 KCDC jamming for Louisville. KCDC is going to be your lead jammer. And KCDC coming up against Social Smacktivist and Lucille Brawl in the pack. Rogue One also going to come in for an assist. Ooh, KCDC laying out Rogue One there. And Herderino changing her mind about that star pass there. KCDC taking the brunt of another hit, decides to call it off. And KCDC picked up 4 points in that jam, bringing Louisville up to the half-century mark at 50, Lansing at 114. We've got number 62, Nancy, back on the jam line for Louisville, wearing the star. Number 0, Barbie Flay of Lansing. Number 21, Dave and Buster of Louisville, positioning themselves right up next to that Lansing line of blockers. Yar has Nancy in her sights, but Dave and Buster giving Barbie some serious resistance in that pack. Barbie coming up against Ellie Slay of Louisville. And the pack is catching up. Ellie Slay sticking to Barbie like glue. That's exactly what Nancy needed to come through. Nancy is going to be lead jammer. Barbie Flay trailing. Oh, Mick Jammer going for a big hit there on Nancy. Mick takes herself out, and Nancy calls it off. And Barbie did steal a point in that jam. Nancy picking up 2 for Louisville. We got Emotional Jamage, number 12, returning to the jam line for Lansing. Number 18, Smack Harlow of Louisville, wearing the star. We have a 3-on-3 pack. We got Yar and Carrie Aglock trading skating tips in the penalty box there, it would appear. Emotional Jamage taking a ride on Slamus Aran, and picking up lead jammer. Smack Harlow sneaking away from the pack there on the outside. Emotional Jamage coming in for that scoring pass. And E2 headed to the penalty box for that block. And Emotional Jamage picking up 1 point there for Lansing and calls it off. Louisville up to 52. Lansing Roller Derby at 116. And returning to the gym line, we have number 13, Sweet Revenge of Louisville. Number 18, Herderino, representing the star for Lansing. And bold strategy from number 21, Dave and Buster of Louisville. Dave and Buster and Sweet Revenge appearing to work together as blockers in this jam. Herderino doesn't fall for the bait, taking the outside. Herderino is going to be your lead jammer. Sweet Revenge on her tail. It is a jammer on jammer pile up on the turn. And Sweet Revenge headed to the penalty box for whatever that was. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing and a chance for them to increase an already 64-point lead. Make that a 68-point lead. Herderino coming around for 4 points, bringing the green machine up to 120. Pack is at a standstill on the straightaway here. Carey, a Glock, and Dave and Buster doing their best to keep Herderino back. Herderino keeps right on going. Oh, Herderino's up. Nah. No, that wasn't a penalty, Herderino. That was points. 4 of them to be exact. E2 coming in with the shoulder there on Herderino. Louisville up to full strength in the pack, and the jam's going to be called off. Herderino picking up 3 more points in that jam. That's going to be an 11-point jam for Herderino. Sweet Revenge coming through for 4. Louisville up to 56 points. Lansing at 127. We are not even 7 minutes into this second half, and Lansing has just called a team timeout. And team timeouts, of course, limited to 1 minute, so we're back into action. Oh, there's Barbie Flay. I was wondering where Lansing's jammer was. She's lined up way behind Danger Pickle there. Barbie Flay benefiting from a bit of a running start there. She's tangling with a 3-wall there from Louisville, and Danger Pickle sneaks through to become lead jammer. And that pack has just become a 3-on-3 situation. Blocker from each team in the penalty box here. Danger Pickle coming in for that second pass. First scoring pass like a hot knife through butter. Danger Pickle scores 4, calls it off. Louisville up to 60. That's going to bring Louisville up to 60. Lansing at 127. We have jammer on jammer high fives there. It is emotional jammage for Lansing and KCDC of Louisville. Got 2 3-walls lining up in the pack there. And for 312 of Louisville, Dingo putting up some nice resistance there. That's exactly what KCDC needed to come out, lead jammer. But emotional jammage, known for those speedy wheels, coming up to the pack, and KCDC thinks better of tangling with Deacon Bruce again, decides to call it. And 3-point jam for Louisville, goose egg for Lansing. And if this keeps, we are just 22 minutes into, we have 8 minutes into this second half, and if things keep going this way, Louisville creeping up just 1 jam at a time, we could see a reversal of fortune in this second half. Dave and Buster already set up to do some bridging here. Nancy wearing the star for Louisville. Herderino back on the jam line for Lansing. And Nancy tangling with Rogue One and Lucille Brawl in the back. Annie DeSpanko coming in for an assist. Social Smacktivist has to let her go. Nancy is going to be lead jammer. Herderino, meanwhile, stuck in the back of that pack there. Nice. Oh, and number 17, Ellie Slay, going to do this nice sandbag in there for Louisville. But Annie DeSpanko gonna do the same there for Nancy. Nancy on their first scoring pass. Star pass there from Herderino. It's Social Smacktivist taking number 89, taking the star there for Lansing. Lucille Brawl trying to force Nancy to the back of that pack. Oh, Nancy taking a hit to the inside, calls it off. And Nancy did put 4 points on the board there for Louisville. It's like Lansing held scoreless. And Lansing calling an official review. Is the live stream back up? Awesome. Okay, the jam timer has just called 5 seconds, and you know what that means. Official review is over. It is back for what you all came for, and that is live derby action. Look at Yar out there holding down that wall of green in the pack. Smack Harlow has her work cut out for her, and Barbie Flay not faring much better there in the back. Lace Ventura holding down that wall like a champ. Oh, I spoke too quickly. Wait. Barbie Flay just got through. Oh, Barbie Flay has been called out on a penalty. That's a track cut penalty. This is a power jam for Louisville. Smack Harlow is your lead jammer. And Lansing, of course, switching strategies on the fly, focusing exclusively on defense. Deacon Brews also getting called out. Nope, never mind. Deacon Brews just coming to the back of the pack there. And Smack Harlow coming out for very 4 hard-fought points. Bench coach Tutu motioning Smack Harlow to keep right on trucking. Pack is at a standstill on the straightaway. And Smack Harlow narrowly dodges Mick Jammer in the back of that pack, decides to call it. Lou picking up 2 more points in the process. Lansing Roller Derby held scoreless again, 3rd jam in a row. And just a reminder, Louisville now up to 73 points, Lansing at 127. We have just 19 minutes left to go in this second half. And just a reminder for those of you just tuning in, this is the first bout of tonight's doubleheader. You are watching Lansing Team A versus Louisville Team B. And our second bout tonight will be Louisville Team B versus Lansing A. Emotional Jamage, number 12, wearing the star for Lansing and doing her thing. Coming through the inside is going to be lead jammer, number 13, Sweet Revenge, not too far behind. Emotional Jamage hitting the wood there, courtesy of Dave and Buster, calls it off, and Emotional Jamage did pick up 3 points there on that jam, breaking the streak. Lansing now up to 30. Louisville held scoreless in that jam. Pertorino lining back up on the jam line there for Lansing. I'm pretty sure I know who the Louisville jammer is, but I am going to wait to tell you until I see that. Oh, it is number 72, Danger Pickle, jamming for Louisville. Number 52 of Louisville, 15 rather, breaking up that green wall. Pickle looking to get the inside there. Yar's going to shut that down fast. Pertorino, meanwhile, taking a hit to the inside. The formidable Lace Ventura and Slamus Aran doing their best to line up, keep that from happening. Danger Pickle picking up a penalty there. This is going to be a power jam for Lansing. Big hit on number 15, courtesy of Yar of Lansing. Oh, Yar going to the penalty box for that hit. It looked cool, Yar. I would have done that if I still knew how to skate, that was. So, Pertorino coming to the back of the pack there. Pack is moving slow. Deacon Brews trying to break things up there for her jammer. And Lansing working in tandem to keep Danger Pickle trapped. Cosmic Slams holding down that wall like a pro. Danger Pickle breaks through for 1, 2, 3, 4 points. And of course, that was Pertorino's initial pass. So Danger Pickle going for a second scoring pass. Yar's going to put a stop to that at the head of the pack. Danger Pickle's not down for long. And Danger Pickle finds, ooh, nope, not quite. That tricky, ruthless Yar is going to force Danger Pickle to the back of the pack. Danger Pickle going for the pass again, making it through this time. 4 points going on the board there for Danger Pickle. 8-point jam for Louisville. Danger Pickle calls it off. And Pertorino did steal 2 points in that jam. Louisville now up to 81. Lansing at 132. Barbie Flay, number 0, returning to the jam line for Lansing Roller Derby. And number 343, Casey DC, jamming for Louisville. Oh, that is a tight three-wall held down by Rogue One and Lucille Brawl, but Casey DC breaks through. Casey DC, lead jammer. Barbie Flay not too far behind. Social Smacktivist getting hit out to the outside there. Little baby apex jump from Casey DC. 4 points on the board there. And 2-2 signaling Casey DC to keep right on going. Barbie Flay wound up in the penalty box, so this is going to be a power jam for Louisville. Let's see, Casey DC comes through the pack for 4 and calls it off. Very smart play by Casey DC. Barbie Flay, of course, standing in the penalty box, meaning she has 10 seconds or fewer left to go. And that will mean Louisville is going to start this jam in the power position. And Coach Tutu has put number 62, Nancy, on the jam line. We have a 3-on-2 pack. Lucille Brawl of Lansing also. 3-on-3 pack. We have a blocker from each team in the penalty box. Yar and Mick Jammer holding down the blocker line there for Lansing. But Slama Saran, number 388, doing the same for Louisville. And Nancy kind of bounces off Mick Jammer there in the pack, doing the same. Deacon Bruce has to let her go. And Nancy is going to be lead jammer. Meanwhile, Barbie Flay out of the pack. That was Barbie's initial pass. Pack is all spread out. Deacon Bruce and Yar takes a hit from the invisible blocker there. Nancy comes through for 4 and calls it off. Another 4 points for Louisville Roller Derby. And I don't know what Coach Tutu said to Louisville in the locker room, but whatever it is, it seems to have worked. They are making quite the comeback in this second half. Lansing, of course, still in the lead by 39 points. Lansing at 132, Louisville at 93. We have Emotional Jammage, number 12, returning to the jam line for Lansing. Going to be joined by Smack Harlow, number 18 of Louisville, and Emotional Jammage will be lead jammer. Smack Harlow's got to get past Yar and Lucille Brawl. Ellie Slay headed to the penalty box with that. What did I do wrong? Look, I've come to know so well. Emotional Jammage, meanwhile, coming through for 4 points. Not slowing down at all. Smack Harlow still stuck on that initial pass. Deacon Bruce is going to force Smack Harlow all the way to the back. And Emotional Jammage coming around for 8 more points. I think Emotional Jammage heard what I said about Louisville making a bit of a comeback and took it just a little bit personally. She says, Louisville make a comeback? I don't think so. This is Lansing's floor. This is Lansing's game, says Emotional Jammage as she picks up her 12th point of this jam. And we have a star pass from Louisville, David Buster, number 21, taking the star. And Dave and Buster fighting their way through that wall of green there. And Dave and Buster coming through. That was Dave and Buster's initial pass. They will not be your lead jammer. And 4 more points going on the board for Emotional Jammage, bringing Lansing up to 16 points in this jam. And Emotional Jammage says, oh, what the heck? I think I'll call it off now. 16-point jam courtesy of Emotional Jammage. And that is going to bring Lansing up to 148. Louisville at scoreless in the jam, still at 93. We have 11 minutes left to go in this second half, and Lansing has just called a team timeout. ref, you know, has just blown the long whistle. That means the timeout is over. We're back in the action. We just have 11 minutes left to go in this bout. Once again, don't forget to stick around. This is the first bout of tonight's doubleheader. And right after this, you will be watching Lansing B take on Louisville B. So we've got a double dose of bluegrass derby tonight here at Court 1, and it is Sweet Revenge on the jam line for Louisville. Herderino representing the star for Lansing. Number 13, Sweet Revenge is going to be lead jammer. Louisville. Number 10, Lucille Brawl is going to come to the penalty box. Herderino going for the star pass. Number 15, E2 blocking that pass. And her Sweet Revenge sneaking around to the outside, picking up 4 points there for Louisville. Louisville just now 3 points below that century mark at 97. And we got a star pass for the first time tonight. It is number 22, Yar, taking the star for Lansing. And Kitty has just called a track cut on Sweet Revenge. This will be a power jam for Lansing. And Yars just put 4 points on the board there for the Green Machine. Pack is not at a standstill, but moving pretty slow there on the straightaway. And E2 Brute is forcing Yar all the way to the back of that pack. Nice sandbagging there. And Yar shouldering her way through that wall of white there. She's still got to get past Slinger Kyle of Louisville. And that is Slinger Kyle not making it easy at all for Yar. And Yar manages to get around Slinger Kyle for 4 more points. Meanwhile, Sweet Revenge returns to the track for 4 points. So both jammers matching each other point for point. Louisville has officially broken the century mark now at 101 points. And Sweet Revenge going for 4 more. 12-point jam for Sweet Revenge. That's going to be it. And that's how I believe that is Louisville's best gem of the evening so far. Brought to you by number 13, Sweet Revenge. And Yar did steal a couple more points there in that jam, bringing it up to 10 points for Lansing. So Louisville now at 105, Lansing at 158. So we have a 52-point game with just 8.5 minutes left to go. Damn. And that pack is tight out there. Herderino returns to the track. Now we are at full strength. Both teams. Barbie Flay wearing the star for Lansing. Danger Pickle back out there jamming for Louisville. Deacon Brews getting called out on a forearm there. Danger Pickle is going to be lead jammer. Barbie Flay still on that initial pass. Oh, Barbie Flay scooting past Ellie Slay. Barbie Flay, Ellie Slay. I did not mean to rhyme that. I just read the names as they're given to me on this roster. Apex achievement not quite unlocked for Danger Pickle. She's going to call it off from the floor. And that's going to be the jam. Looks like Barbie Flay did steal a point in that jam. I see Danger Pickle's jam ref conferring with you know, I know, you know. All right, 2 points on the board for Danger Pickle there. We have number 12, Emotional Jamage, returning to the jam line for Lansing. We'll be joined by number 343, KCDC of Louisville. And Social Some Activists gotta let KCDC go. KCDC will be lead jammer. Emotional Jamage not too far behind. Emotional Jamage going to make KCDC work for it for sure. And mid-pack, KCDC decides to call it off, holding Emotional Jamage scoreless. Not an easy thing to do. KCDC did pick up 1 point there for Louisville Roller Derby. Herderino returning to the jam line for Lansing. Number 18 there, going to be joined by 62 Nancy of Louisville. Dave and Buster positioned to break up that wall there for Louisville. And number 53, Harlan O'Hara, doing a nice job holding down that wall for Louisville. Herderino looking kind of stuck there. Number 40, Carrie Glock, also going to come in for an assist. But Yar and Mick Jammer doing their best to hold Nancy back. Yar sticking to Nancy like glue, and Nancy makes it past. Nancy will be your lead jammer. Oh no, here comes emotional jammage on her way to the penalty box. Didn't see what that penalty was, but I do know this is going to be a power jam for Louisville. And Louisville currently trailing by 51 points. Let's see what they can do. And Nancy just putting up 4 points on the board, make that trailing by 47 points. Yar's got Nancy in her sights. Carrie Glock trying to break up that green wall for her jammer. And Nancy's going to call it off. That was 4. Oh, it looks like Nancy did pick up 3 more points there for Louisville, bringing them up to 115. Lansing Roller Derby still at 159. Smart call off there by Nancy. Herderino is standing up in that penalty box, meaning Herderino has 10 seconds or less left to go, and we have an official timeout. Oh, and this official timeout has now just morphed into a team timeout for Lansing. All right. And it looks like one of the upshots of that timeout is that never mind. Herderino was in the penalty box before. I swear I've got the memory of a goldfish these days. Sweet Revenge, number 13, returning to the jam line for Louisville. And Sweet Revenge running right into Smoshel Smacktivist there, laying Yar flat. And Sweet Revenge is going to be your lead jammer. Herderino stuck in the pack there, going for the star pass. Sweet Revenge on the scoring pass. Yar doing her best to hold her back. Ooh, that was a nice hit from E2 on Yar. Rogue One and Deacon Brews doing their level best to keep Sweet Revenge from advancing, but Sweet Revenge picks up 4 points there for Louisville. Herderino not able to get the star pass there, breaks out of that pack. That was, of course, her initial pass. Sweet Revenge coming through for a second scoring pass, running into, yet again, Rogue One. decides to call it off and picked up 2 more points in that jam. So that's a 6-point jam for Louisville. Lansing held scoreless, bringing Louisville up to 121. Lansing holding steady at 159, and we just have 3.5 minutes left to go in this bout. If you are watching this bout from the comfort of the Mayfair Bar, we hope you stick around for long enough to join us at tonight's after party. The theme for our after party tonight is dads, so you're going to want to break out those jorts and New Balances and come prepared, ready to talk about your grilling skills, because it is dad's night tonight at the Mayfair Bar. And big hit there on Danger Pickle, courtesy of Yar. Let's be honest, that's what you all tuned in to see. Yar tries to go for it again. Barbie Flay, meanwhile, coming through hot on for that scoring pass. Oh, Yar, of course, headed to the penalty box for that hit. It was worth it, at least here from the announcer's table. Barbie picking up 4 points there for Lansing. And Danger Pickle, of course, that was Danger's initial pass. Barbie Flay scooting fast through that pack and calls it off, picking up 3 more points for Lansing. 7-point jam there for Barbie Flay. And that's going to bring Lansing up to 166. Louisville at 121. We have just over 2 minutes left to go in this bout. We have a 3-on-1 pack situation. Yar still in the penalty box there for Lansing. Emotional Jamage on the jam line there. Number 12 going to be joined by number 343, KCDC of Louisville. Nice hit to the outside from Deacon Bruce. And Deacon Bruce of course, going to force KCDC all the way to the back of that pack. Emotional Jamage, meanwhile, doing her best to get through that pack. Lace Ventura and Dingo not making it easy for her. Slamus also going to come in for an assist. And okay, that's what I thought happened. Emotional Jamage is going to be your lead jammer. KCDC not too far behind. Pack's a little spread out there on the straightaway. And see what's happening. Emotional Jamage kind of dancing through on the inside there. KCDC, meanwhile, sneaking through for 4 points. This is Emotional Jamage's first scoring pass, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 points for Jamage. KCDC coming through on a second scoring pass. Yar out of that penalty box, holding down that line. Deacon Bruce doing like a little baby hit there. Oh, that was a bigger hit there on KCDC. Herderino taking herself out there. Emotional Jamage taking advantage, coming through for 8-point jam so far for Emotional Jamage. But KCDC, of course, KCDC in the only part of the track I can't see from here, of course. And number 15, E2, white pivot coming through to break up that wall. It looks like Emotional Jamage coming through for, you guessed it, another 4 points. 12-point jam for Emotional Jamage. And the refs call it off. That is the end of tonight. That's the end of this first bout. And our unofficial final is Louisville 129, Lansing Roller Derby 178. And we will update you on that official final as soon as we know what... Oh, never mind. The official...